Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
Yeah,
Mr. Sheko.
you're welcome to the Data Insights Day, the long-awaited day. I'm sure we are all ready.
Yeah, we are
Beautiful,
ready.
beautiful. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you got to show us today.
Hello, hi everyone. Hi, thanks, Shogun. I hope we're all well. As our usual tradition, let's introduce ourselves using the chat box, our names, the city we are joining from. So let's do that very quickly in the chat box. Let's introduce ourselves, our names, the city we are joining from. So if you're an RKY alumni, if you're an RKY data analysis student, you can mention that as well. And if you are an external person that joined, maybe a data enthusiast, an aspiring data analyst, data experts. So let's do that very quickly. Lovely. I'm seeing the introductions come in. Don't forget to drop the city you're joining from as well. Right. So today we are here to exhibit projects that have been worked on by our data analysis students, the current 9.0 cohort, right? Right. They've been doing wonderfully well, working on some clients' projects across a range of industries. That's, they've been providing insights for their data on, and they'll be showing us a little bit of what their journey has been in the past couple of weeks. Right, so let's quickly go through the introductions. I've got Sunday Abolariwa, welcome. Amanda, alumni, welcome Amanda. Soji Wolverhampton, alumni, welcome. Cynthia from Lagos, welcome. Olushola Jayoba, Glasgow, new data analysis student, welcome. Abdurazak from Lagos, data enthusiast, welcome. Right, so while we're calling the intros, admin, I don't know if you can drop this link as well in the new classes, like the new data analysis class, because I'm sure they are not part of the alumni community yet. So they are able to join. Right, so we have Olushola Jayoba, Glasgow, new data analysis student. Abdurazak from Lagos, data enthusiast. Adedeji Samuel Adewumi from Sunderland, PMBA RKY student. Mobola Deblaide Muibi from Leicester. Just joining RKY, looking forward to my success story very soon. Right, so joining your faith as well. Jafet Chibuzo from the UK, Scotland. I'm in these diets. I'm an RKY data analysis student. Welcome. Right, so we have a lot in store.
You muted yourself.
Admin must have muted me. Right, so like I was saying, can you guys hear me now though?
Yes.
Thanks. Yeah. Right. So, like I said, I'm not going to be the only one you guys will be hearing today. Yes. We've got the data analysts as well who will be sharing their insights and findings with us. So, we have a lot in stock. So, make sure that you stay very glued. And everybody needs data analysis, even if you're already a project manager or a business analyst or an admin person or cybersecurity person, whatever it is, everybody needs it. So, anybody you bring to this session is definitely going to benefit from what we are here to talk about today. Right, so we have the health and care also featured. So if you have anybody that is interested in getting a job, we're going to also be talking about how to use tech skills to get into NHS and all that. So make sure that you invite someone to be here today. It's not so late. Nothing has started, so you can still do that. Right, so I've got RKY alumni 4.0 from Kent. I think that's Tunde, England. Right, Mary, new students. AJ from Nottingham. Just joined the data analysis course at RKY Careers. Adedayo, an alumni from Great Manchester. Idia from Sheffield, data students. Varo Owueka, part of the 9.0. I'm joining from Preston. Peter Tafa from Bexley. Justin Erue from Huddersfield. Oduwale Oladayo, DABI student from Nigeria, 9.0 cohorts. Esther Akimoyo from Greater Manchester, data analysis students. Kachuku Francis, London, just registered for the cohort starting next week. Welcome. We're happy to have you all here. Friday, Stoke-on-Trent, aspiring data analysts. Tolulope from Aberdeen, Scotland, RKY students. Rita from Middlesbrough, Data BI students. Good morning. I'm Adewumi Adewi, City Darlington, UK Data Analysis students. Korede from Manchester, an alumni. Millicent from Bristol, just completed the Excel and PowerPoint class, and I'm currently on the Business Analysis and Project Management. Welcome, Millicent, two-time alumni there. Abel from London, Data Analysis 10.0. Mona from London, chosen an alumni. Deborah from Ghana, an RKY analyst student. Abiodun, Toby, Adesunloye, Akinola. Wow, we have a lot. We still have a lot to call. But anyways, while we're doing that as well, keep your intro coming. I'm going to take breaks to attend to the intro. You know, keep your intro coming. Right. So I don't know. Can you guys also see the screen being shared? Because I think I can see from my end. Can I have my
No,
the
I
next
can't
screen?
see. I can't see anything. I can't even see your video.
Oh, you can't even see me. Really?
No.
Is this only myself? Is this only her, or is any other person affected?
I can see.
I can see you.
I can see your screen. I can see your screen. I think you should log out and come back in.
Okay, please, you can try to exit and come back again, and it might help, right? So yes, yeah, so from time to time you hear me saying this screen, next screen. I'm not the one sharing screen today, right? So I'm being assisted by a member of my team, right? So please bear with us. Right, so a little bit of intro, because a lot of you have introduced yourself, which is quite interesting, you know, seeing where we are all joining from: Nigeria, Nottingham, different part of the UK. I've read your intros, and yes, time to know about RKY Careers as well. A lot of you also know, because some of you are alumni, are students. We are a multi-award winning EdTech company, you know, that empower professionals and international students to excel in their careers, to acquire in-demand skills that are very much, you know, are very much required in the job markets, right? And this has proven to help a lot of our students and, you know, alumni who are thriving in the markets today. Right, so we have over 1,500 success stories, right, of people who have passed through our boot camps and have landed their desired job. Some of who we even have today as judges on this session. Right, so we understand the unique challenges that, you know, immigrants, you know, international students face. You know, when they move to a new country, you know, they might actually be far gone in terms of experience, but they might not have technical skills, and that's why we help, you know, you to, you know, acquire these skills to stand out in the job markets. Next slide, please. Right. So how do we do this? How do we help people? How did we come about this, you know, success stories we mentioned? Right. So we have a range of courses and standalone services as well. Right. Data analysis and intelligence being one of them, and being the reason why we are here today. Project management, business analysis, Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint, Scrum Master and Product Owner, Product Manager, Digital Marketing, Compliance, KYC, AML. And we also have standalone services for those who already have experience, or who are trying to, you know, who have done training somewhere, or who just want to make their CV to be in the UK standard, you know, get standalone support, right? So we have the CV optimization, LinkedIn, career advisory, interview prep, and the likes. Next, please. Next slide. Right, so I'll just give you a little brief about each of the courses before we proceed to business of the day. So we've got our digital marketing bootcamp, you know, which covers, you know, the SEO, PPC, email marketing, social media marketing, analytics, and all that. Right, so it's a 13 weeks, boot camps that help you to learn or transition to becoming a full stack digital marketing professional. And you also get all the supports, right, that you get in our boot camps. Is project oriented, just like every of our boot camps as well. I mean, for the current cohorts, they are currently working on a digital tech products, taking a digital tech products to market. They're currently in their project phase and they've been really loving it as well. Right. So I'm sure you can see the screen to see what's covered and all that. The next cohorts, I think the last cohort for this year started last week. Right. So there might actually be an opportunity to still join if you are still looking to. But if not, the next cohort is 18th January. Right. So you can brace up for that as well to ensure that, you're entering 2025 with newly acquired skill sets. These skill sets, digital marketing particularly, is a really good to have skill sets, especially in this era where everybody is trying to be an entrepreneur beside those who have another source of income. Digital marketing is a skill that's, will come in handy, right? So next, please. So the next is the project management and business analysis, boot camp. This is quite popular. A lot of people know business analysis and project management, and yeah, so this is also a 4 months boot camp, that help you to learn to become a project manager and a business analysis, and also get practical experience in this as well. The next cohort is the same, is 18th of January, and you can start securing your slot against that as well. Next. Right, so I have Scrum Master, Product Owner, Product Manager as well, very similar to the project management one, right? It's also 4 months, and you also build a product from the start, in an agile, product-led environment, right, which will help you stand out in the job market. So if you want to transition to Scrum Master, Product Manager, this is a good course to explore. Next, please. Right, so we also have the data analysis and business intelligence, which is the reason why we are here today. The next cohort starts next week. It's a 10 weeks program where you would learn, how to use Excel, Power BI, Tableau, and SQL. You would also be introduced, to some tools at introduction level, which is like Python, the SSIS and SSRS. Right, but it's basically the 4 most used tools in the market that you would learn in the bootcamp. And from this bootcamp as well, we've had a lot of success stories across different industries, which is a testament to the good work and the quality of our bootcamps at RKY Careers. Right, so the projects they've been working on, the group 1 is what we are here to witness what they've been doing so far. Right. So, and then I have the Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint. This is just a 6 weeks training. It's not a full boot camp like the others. It's just a training to equip you, When I say it's not a full boot camp, it's also very practical experience focused, but you won't get all the other perks like CV and all that because it's not a career path on its own. It's just a good skill to have. It's 6 weeks. The next cohort actually starts today at 2 p.m. Right. So if you have not done anything for yourself in terms of investing in a tool or learning something analytical, this is something you want to jump on. It's 6 weeks. Classes hold Saturday and Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m. UK time. And then that's about it. Also we have the compliance and KYC bootcamp, right? So this is for those who are maybe foreign trained lawyers who are interested in transitioning to compliance, KYC, AML, anti-money laundering, or GDPR. Right. So let's quickly talk about other things we do at RKY Careers. We also offer IT services in the area of, mobile application development, website development, IT training, and all that. All these projects and data analysis are what our students actually get to work on, right, to gain practical experience. So if you also have, development, you have a side also you want to build a website for, you can consult with us to do this, for you. Right. So let's just talk a little bit more about our work experience, lab at RKY Careers. Right. So we help people gain practical work experience, not just, for referencing purposes only, but so that they can roll their sleeves and get to work from day one. In this part of the world, it's not all about having certifications or degrees or, all the professional bodies of this world. But what's most important is being able to roll your sleeve and pass, right, and pass interview questions at, and pass interviews so you can also land the job. And it's not just about passing interviews as well, because a lot of people focus on passing interviews. It's about also being able to do the job, right? We've heard of a lot of people that manage to get jobs and then after a couple of weeks they get laid off because they're not bringing value to the table. Right. So how can you experience our work experience lab? You can either experience this through our bootcamps or our tech accelerator program. Our bootcamps are the ones I've talked about earlier. Our tech accelerator program is that program that please let's mute ourselves, please. All right, so our Tech Accelerator program is that which allows you to join from the project phase. We have this currently for the project management, business analysis, Scrum Master, and product management, whereby if you've done training somewhere else, you just want to have practical work experience or you want to work on another project again, you can come on board the Tech Accelerator program. So now let's talk about what we are here to do today. So we have, like I said, we have a range of industries. We have a range of industries to cover. And one thing I love about the data analysis role is the fact that regardless of the industry you find yourself, there will always be a use for yourself and your skill. Right. So either you're in HR, there are so many roles that you can apply for as an analyst in the HR sector. There are so many roles you can apply for in the health and care sector. Some of these roles might actually have the core name data analyst within that sector, while some might actually have, another name that you might not be used to. For instance, in HR, we have HR analysts, reward analysts, people analysts, compensation analysts. In health and care, a lot of people are working in NHS as business analysts. A lot of people are working in private hospitals as project managers, right, as healthcare data analysts and the rest. In sales as well, we have a lot of roles you can explore. We have finance and tech, obviously, right? So there's no and this is just limited to just these ones we featured. We've had a lot of people also finish our bootcamp struggling to get jobs in different career paths, and just because they added analytical skills to what they already have, they were able to break through. Right. So collaborative learning, leveraging tech. At RKY Careers, we are not just an edtech company that is training people to transition to tech. We also leverage tech. And as a result of that, we make sure that our students get to experience this, because a lot of people, they want to learn data analysis, for instance, but they can't even start a Teams meeting. They can't start a Zoom meeting. They don't know how to use Zoom. They don't know how to use words. They don't know how to. So that's why our work experience space is really important, even especially for those who don't even have experience at all before or who have not worked in corporates, because you would have to use collaborative tools, which are mostly used in the markets, in the job market or on the job itself. And at RKY Careers, we use Basecamp. You can see how organized everything is on our Basecamp, the projects, their different status and all that, right? So this is very similar to the Jira that if we've heard of Jira before, or Trello or all these tools, this is also very similar to them. Right. So today we are going to be presenting 6 different projects. Right. So we have the project Sphere presenting for the finance industry for Quantum Sphere Limited. We have Project Dream Tech, presenting for Synaptics Digital Solutions under the tech industry. We've got Project Crystal Health and Care Industry presenting for Core Success Medical Center. We've got Project SalesSavvy Sales and Marketing Industry. We've got Project MediSync, another health and care industry, and we've got Project Pioneers for another tech industry group. Right. So we have interesting time ahead of us today. Also, we have some special people amongst us who are judges for today. We've got, and you know what? One good thing about this is that most of the people you can see on the screen today were once, you know, in your shoes. For those that are students or for those that are aspiring students, they all pass through this boot camp, or I mean, most of them pass through the boot camp. They'll be telling you about their journeys as well at some point, and you know, now they're in the industry and they're back to observe your presentation and give feedback based on their industry feedback, based on their industry experience as well. You know, you can see we have, you know, from finance and tech, world pay, we have ed tech, we have place, we have HR, right? We have health and care as well. Right. So let's move on very quickly. But before we proceed, let's do some, because it looks like I've just been talking. Why are you here today? In one word or two words, why are you here today? Let's do some little exercise. Why are you here today? There must be a reason why you joined this meeting today. Let's know why you're here today. Let's use the chat box very quickly. We have over close to 160 people in this meeting. So if I ask a question, you know, I want the answers to just be falling on top of each other very quickly so that we can move very fast. Right. As Sishan says, is here or she is here out of curiosity. Ima said she's here to secure sponsorship job. Right. And Chibuzo says to have hands-on experience. Mona says career progression. Right. Unknown user to begin my journey into data analysis and business intelligence. Osasu says knowledge improvements. Ridwan says to have an overview of what we are about to start, to know what career options to explore after the boot camp. I'm here to get a career headway. Tunde is here to gain insights. Justina to gain experience. Mistura to learn and get motivated to start a data analysis journey. Unknown user to gain career progression and sponsorship job, to gain work experience in data. Olubumi curiosity and experience. David insights. Looking for what is sustainable in this era of AI taking over jobs. Right. Frida to know what data analysis is all about. BC to gain insights. Fabode to have a better understanding of how my newly chosen path can go. More knowledgeable experience. I'm a 9.0 student and my colleague is presenting, and for career progression. I'm here today to broaden my knowledge in business analysis. I'm in the data field already, so I'm here to learn some more skill development and problem solving experience. Beautiful. I love the way the answers are falling on top of each other, just like I said. Right, so let's keep that energy. Right, so we got our first presenter for today, who is presenting for Quantum Sphere and presenting who is presenting company name Quantum Sphere Consulting, industry finance, project name Project Sphere. So I've got Jafet Chibuzo. For all the speakers, you have just 5 minutes. You can see we have a lot to do, right? Just 5 minutes. We are also looking at your time management, so try to keep to time and try to make your presentation as insightful as possible. Right, so if you are here, Jafet, feel free to share your screen and shoot.
Okay, good afternoon, distinguished listeners. My name is Jafet Chibuzo, and I'm here to present 2019-2023 financial report on behalf of my client, Quantum Sphere Consulting Limited. I must confess that this project wouldn't have been possible without the dogged effort and input of this great team. This work is divided into 4 distinct agendas, which includes introduction, data analysis, recommendation, and finally my experience at the bootcamp. Quantum Sphere Consulting Limited is a global consultancy firm which specializes in operation strategy and transformation with expertise in supply chain, procurement, finance, and shared services. In this project, we are tasked to carry out a comprehensive data analysis using the data set supplied by our clients to help them profile data-driven insights on their financial performance to enable them to optimize cost and enhance their profitability. We aimed at achieving the following objectives: identification of key trends and opportunities, focusing on key KPIs such as revenue, expense, and profitability in our analysis, assessing their financial performance across multiple companies, and then making some vital recommendations. We made use of 4 powerful Microsoft tools in extracting, processing, analyzing, and visualizing our data, as well as reporting our findings. Our descriptive statistics table shows a snapshot of all the financial operations of the company within the 2019 to 2023 financial year, captured by the KPIs we analyzed. The revenue trend clearly shows that the company started the financial year on a good footing with £76.2 million, but experienced a noticeable downturn in 2020, perhaps due to COVID-19 pandemic, while it rebounded in 2021, but grew afterwards at a decreasing rate. On the side of the expenses, it was clear that the company's expenses were largely stable throughout the 5-year period, even though cost of goods ranked higher than other expenses. We measured the financial performances of these companies for the 5-year period, assessing them based on 2 distinct categories. We looked at the top 10 performing companies as well as the top 10 performing products based on their revenue generation, thus comparing them with the bottom 10 performing companies and products respectively. We were able to establish that Richmond Intercontinental had the highest revenue of £8.45 million, which was 12.18% higher than the revenue generated by the least performed company in the bottom 10 companies, Melendez, Gibson, and Taylor, which stood at £6.74 million. Whereas based on the product categorization, Empower User-Centric Eyeballs topped the list of 10 performing products by raking in £8.45 million as revenue, an amount which is 2.02% higher than the least performed product, Streamline One-to-One Portals, which made £6.74 million in revenue for the 5-year financial period. We captured the net profit trend. This displayed a similar picture with that of revenue, dipping in 2020 and again in 2023. However, the net profit stood above 9 million throughout the financial year. We displayed a visual summary of the financial performance of the companies in a dashboard, as you can see. Based on our analysis and findings, we concluded that the company should expand their market reach and product lines, optimize their cost further, enhance their product innovation, diversify their revenue streams, adopt cutting-edge technology in their decision-making, and so on. Before I draw the curtain, I would like to express my profound gratitude to RKY Careers for making this dream possible, for without them, we couldn't have achieved this feat. This course delivery was so flexible that it fitted into my time schedule seamlessly. Even in occasions where I missed some classes due to my job demands, I always had recorded lectures to fall back to. I've learned so much in a space of 10 weeks. And for those of you out there who are still struggling to make up their minds to come on board, I urge you to make that move now and enroll in the next batch. The benefits that are bound herein far outweighs the cost. Thank you.
Project Fame, let's go.
Right. Wow, let's celebrate them. Let's celebrate them. Let's celebrate them. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Drop your, I would give, for each presenter, I would give a judge an opportunity to give a feedback. But before then, I think I missed a step, dude. Let's celebrate the presenter. Let's celebrate him. Look at how smooth that was. These are people that, joined the boot camp. For those of you that are current new students or aspiring, can you see how smooth that presentation was? Let's celebrate him, and not only him, his team, as well as their trainers, their support personnel and all that. Right. So before we proceed, right, like I said, going forward, I will allow one judge or two judges out of the people we have on the team to give a feedback on the presentation, right? While we also give our own in the chat box. Right. But before that, let's just allow the judges introduce themselves, right, if they are here. Adedayo, I think I saw you just now. Just introduce yourself briefly. Or maybe when you want to, let's do it this way. Let's not take, when you want to give your feedback, you introduce yourself and then you proceed. Right, so that we don't use that. So who is gonna give, let's read the general feedbacks first. Let's read the general feedback. Wow, great presentation, nice. Let's mute ourselves. So thank you very much. Our Nigerian attendees. Right, great presentation, nice, great presentation, beautiful presentation. They put the best foot forward. Let's see whether there's another team that will beat, their performance. Concise, it was so smooth. Well done, Japheth. Well done, Chibuzo. Are you sure it's not Chibuzo's team that are hailing him? Guys, let's give other feedback. It's not just best. There must be something you saw that you want to ask about. It's not just about, you can ask him questions about his presentation as well. You can tell him to, yeah, he did well, interesting presentation, beautiful. Right, so our judges, who wants to go for it? Who is in the finance space that wants to go who wants to ask questions or give feedback?
Hi everyone, my name is Korede Afolabi and I'm so excited to be here. And of course, I joined RKY also. I'm an alumni and I've had my experience and all of that. But this presentation is, I don't know if others would do better, but this is it. I was just chatting a colleague of mine who we were in the same alumni group, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. So well done. I didn't get your name. Sorry, I can't really remember.
Japheth.
Well done. Japheth. That was really, 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 really nice. You did great. Can you please quickly go back to the dashboard?
Japheth, are you still here? Okay, I think it's trying to reshare.
Yes. Japheth really did a good job. Okay. Yeah, the dashboard looks great. But if you're presenting, I think you should have splitted the two. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You have two screens on this one screen. You should have probably put one, and then the next one should be the next dashboard. However, you've done a great job. Trust me. I can see your filters. So if you click on 2019, it's going to bring everything that has 2019. And then if you bring 2020, everything is perfect. But you should have probably put the second, I think, top 10 companies by financial performance, and the rest of it, you should have put it on the next slide. However, you've done an absolutely amazing job. Trust me, and I can understand. I was writing and I understand everything that you've presented. Well done, Japheth. Trust me, you're going places, and your team, kudos to you guys. You did well. And thank you, RKY. Things have changed, This is even better than our set, and trust me, this is amazing. Well,
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. So on the slides one though, you will see that most of their slides are compressed. That's our own personal feedback to them, because we told them they had to keep it short, right? It's part of our feedback we gave them that they have to keep it short. If they want to present 5 minutes, they can't be having 20 pages slides. How would they, pass everything within 5 minutes? So yes, thanks for the feedback as well. Do we have any other person that wants to go among the judges that wants to ask him a question or give a feedback? It doesn't have to be a question. If everything is perfect, just give him a feedback and introduce yourself as well. Adedaya, please go for it.
Hi, my name is Adedaya. Japheth, you seem to be in a hurry to always take off your dashboard. Can you please share again? Well done to you and the team. I know it's been a couple of weeks of grinding and learning, and you've shown You've shown skills. Sorry, it looks like my head is turned somewhere else. I'm looking at an alternate screen. It's actually bigger for me. Like the last presenter said, your dashboard is great, fantastic. I like the color combination. They're not fighting each other. The use of visuals, fantastic. CAD visuals for aggregates and what have you. I mean, if you learned this in a couple of weeks, I can only imagine what you'll be doing in 3 or 4 years' time. You will be phenomenal. This is just the beginning. Your team has done fantastic, right? But for those of us that have bad eyes, next time please just try and enlarge your visuals a little bit. Some people don't have good eyes like RKY, That's why I'm wearing extra eyes to support me. But this is fantastic. It shows the depth of learning that he has gone into all that he have done. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you so much, Adedayo. So there you have it, guys. It's been fantastic. I think we have Japheth, you have a lot of fans though. Look at the response. It was smooth and the confidence in the tone of delivery was nice too. I'm sure the next team to present are shaking like this, that hey, can we beat this? I'm sure you can, because you all passed through the same the same experience, right? Right. So somebody asked, what informed the colors you used for your presentation? I love that question. Why did you choose green? Is that the color of the brand? Why did you choose green?
Okay, it's one associated with the brand, and also we're selling our country as well. We're proud of our country, Nigeria, and our main color is green and white.
Your country, Nigeria, is it a Nigerian project?
It's not actually in Nigeria, but it shows our root. Even though we're in UK, we're not forgetting our root as well. So it to an extent informed our color, and also the blend of color of the logo of the company also informed that choice of color.
Okay, thanks for that response. I would have gone with the choice of color because, I mean, it's a formal thing, right? So your country's color should not have any influence on the color of the presentation you're making to a company, right? It should be based on their brand, right? So your first response, I take that. I leave the rest for you. Right. So Japheth did well. It was as if he was reading it from somewhere. So fluent. Wow. Good recommendation. However, I think is mostly generic. For instance, when you recommended diversification, I believe that the clients would like to hear where to diversify into. Right. I understand that, Linda, but they have just 5 minutes, so they can't really go in depth. They're going to, they've had an internal one as well, where they gave more in-depth recommendations to the clients. But for the purpose of the exhibition, we are keeping it very brief. So thanks for the feedback, Linda. Right, well done, Japheth, you did well. Right, so at this point, we're calling on the next speaker. Well done to Japheth and his team. The next group I'm bringing on board is Project Dream Tech, right? And they are presenting for Synaptics Digital Solutions. Right, so you can keep asking your questions in the chat box. Anyways, I'm sure Japheth can also respond to your questions, right? And I think I saw a question just drop. Right, so to be presented by Adaeze Doris. If you're there, Adaeze, we are waiting.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for today. So I'm presenting a project that we worked on called the User Engagement Analysis for Tech Application, presented by the Dream Tech Group. And the members that did that are all on the slide, as you can see them. Now, we have a client called the Synaptics Digital Solutions that drives business growth with cutting-edge digital solutions, including automation and advanced analytics. This client approached us and said that they've observed a decline in user engagement on their platform and wanted to gain an insight that will enable them to make an informed decision in terms of the pattern of engagement with their app. So we came up with the aim in order to understand their user engagement on the app, to develop strategies that will enable them to retain app usage. And in order to do that, we had to perform an in-depth analysis of the user engagement data to identify patterns and trends that will help to improve the app usage. Now, we used some certain tools like the SQL Server, which enables us to extract our data sets. And then we use the Excel that will enable us to cleanse our data to have a good data quality for analysis. And we analyze our data using the Power BI, and we also use Power BI for visualization. Obviously, the PowerPoint was for this presentation. Then first, in order to gain our key findings into our data and sets, we needed to gain an data insight into the engagement. First, we know that they have 10 US states, and these 10 US states, they have 10 users. And among the 10 users, they have the gender. You can see that the proportion of the gender does not really matter, an indication that their users are not gender specific. And we went ahead to categorize them in age groups. And we have the adults and the elderly and the young adults. You can observe clearly that the adult has the highest engagement across the age categories. Now we went further to look into the location, and we saw that we've seen that across the 10 US states, that the adult age groups are or all have the highest engagement across the age categories. Now we wanted to gain an insight this time around, looking into the state, but looking at the individual states to understand how they've garnered the engagement scores. As you can see, they have 4.99 million across the 10 US states. This is the map showing where they are all situated in the United States. And you can observe slowly, if you observe clearly, you can see that Phoenix has the highest engagement and Philadelphia is the least has the least engagement scores. Now, we wanted to gain an insight into the engagement and device type, and we can see that it's almost 25% across the 4 device types used, an indication that their engagements by these users are not device specific. And also, we corroborated our data by showing a weak correlation that exists between these two categories. Now we looked at it, we now wanted to see the users that are being at risk of being churned out. You can observe slowly, if you observe clearly, and on the slide 2024 from April to July, you can see there is a decline across the 3 categories, from the adults, elderly, and the young adults, an indication that these all the age groups are at risk of being churned out. Now, with all our data, we're able to conclude that 30 to 59 age group has the highest scores, indicating that this app content may be appealing to this demographic. We're able to see that although the apps that are suggesting that the apps also are tailored to their specific preferences for these age groups. And in order to do this, we understand that they can boost overall engagement by engaging all for all the age categories. And then we made a recommendation that will help them to make a data-driven decisions by saying that they should try to tailor their app and content that appeal to both younger adults and the elderly, enhance their centric US enhancements, in-app notifications that will engage both demographics, personalized notifications, engage in device type, and also look at the population to see how they can look out for the population that will be more content that will be appealing to such populations. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, and I want to really thank RKY Careers for their beautiful and memorable experience. I couldn't recommend it enough. The skills I gained have been invaluable in my work, and I think you did greatly benefit too. The class will not only help you unlock insights from analyzing complex data, it will boost your career prospects, practical knowledge in data visualization, and amongst all, the instructors are experts. The materials are quite comprehensive with amazing supporting team. Thank you so much, and thank you once again.
Thank you so much. And don't unshare your screen yet, because you might be asked to share it again. So just keep it up. Right. So let's celebrate Ada. It's not easy. Some of you at the other side, can you present like Ada have just presented? If you cannot, don't worry. When you join the boot camp, you will learn how to present. They've been presenting every week. How often do you guys present? Every weekend, right? Before they got to where they are today. So, I mean, when I say they've been presenting, not exactly this, but they've been having different projects and they've been presenting different projects and everything, which is part of the things you stand to gain and part of the improvements we've made to the bootcamp. We always make improve. Every course, there's always something new we are adding, and everything we add is always around supporting how it can be better. Guess what? All this presentation that they are making today, that you're listening and watching them do, are things you need to be able to do to pass interviews. I'm sure when the alumni also have the opportunity, when the when the judges also have based on the fact that they've passed through the boot camp and they're industry now, right, they would tell you categorically that before they got their jobs, they had to do tasks, and their day-to-day is tasks. So their day-to-day is data projects, is data projects, right? So you can't escape it, right? So you need to actually gain that competency and proficiency in these tools, right? So who is please let's drop our feedback for Ada in the chat box. That's to the entire house, while we have the judges. So who is asking Ada or giving Ada feedback from the judges? Right, I've got Oluwaseyi's hand up. Please introduce yourself, and then you can, introduce yourself as well, and then you can proceed. Ada, you're not sharing, no?
Yeah,
Sorry, let me share that. I think it's went off.
Yeah, can you all hear me? Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, it is good, and I am privileged and honored, to serve as a judge here on this day, Data Insights Day. Also, I want to also acknowledge the incredible hard work of all the participants that have invested so much in this project. Looking at the first presentation and, of course, the second presentation, I see that the class has improved a lot. I quickly want to talk about two major points. I want to talk about the clarity of visualization. I see that this presentation, you can see how clarity the visuals are in terms of all the charts, the graphs, even the dashboard. Also, I appreciate the insights the presenter was able to bring from each of the visuals. And also one thing also I also commend is the ability to introduce a spatial presentation, which is showing using the map to also show a kind of visualization in the project. Also, goes a long way. It's, of course, there is no doubt if you've come to RKY to have your cohort, you can't have it less. How I wish during my cohort, I was cohort 3, we were able to have, to work on specific project like this. It will have been an honor. But at the same time, it is good to be here, and I appreciate you. Good work. Well done, everybody that has, invested so much time into this. Well done. After all, the numbers of time you put into it, it has reflect on your commitment to learning and growing in this field. Well done. Good job, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your feedback. I'm sure, as a geospatial analyst yourself, right, intelligence analyst, you're able to spot the
map,
the map, yeah. I'm sure that's why you're eager to give your feedback to this group. By the way, so is you didn't tell us your industry so that they can know that it's possible as well for data analysts to work.
Yeah, I work at I am a special data analyst at work with the public health intelligence at Cambridgeshire County Council.
Right, so there you have it, guys. All of you that are studying both public health and stock and don't know what to do, after your public health degree, you can come and do data analysis and become a public health intelligence analyst. Right. Anyways, thank you so much for the feedback. Clarity. The clarity is really obvious. I love the color mix as well. Guys, how do you rate them? Do you rate them better than the first presenter? Or do you think they're at par? Like, the quality is still giving, right? So let's see what the next people will bring. Ruth, you're smiling. Who wants to go? Who among the judges wants to give? Who is the second judge that wants to go?
I definitely do. So I just want to say that, this is Adebola, HR project analyst. So I do a lot of projects. So there are things that I was willing to see here. One, I know it's true for everyone, but one is to see your problem statement, because when you work with a lot of projects, you need to clarify what exactly this project means to what it's trying to do. And the fact that at first glance, I could tell that, okay, this is what we're trying to achieve in the first place. Another thing I was keen to see was the comparison between the years and the product. So I liked that from the beginning. I could tell that, okay, this is what we wanted to sort out. And then at the end part, I could tell, okay, what happened last year? What was the devices that were doing well last year, and now what it is this year? Because that way we're able to use thinking to understand that, okay, what happened between this year and last year, and how could we do better? What products have failed or not failed, but swindled a little bit down? And I saw all of that there, and I was really impressed with, her delivery also, because it is not easy to stand or sit in front of 160 people and, give your presentation, no matter how, like you've been in the industry. It's still something that you need to do, because working for me, I work with multiple stakeholders, because like I said, I do different projects. So which means that when you get comfortable with talking to a certain group of people, tomorrow you're switched off because you've changed project. So the fact that she's not like, she's been speaking to other people now, and now she's come to 160 people, she was still able to absolutely deliver. Was amazing. The clarity, like she said, was great. I'm gonna tweet like our own horn a bit, because I think that group cohort 3 was really great, because I have myself, I have Oluwaseyi, I have Ruth here, so I have to say, yeah, I think we
You're
really
all from
did
same
something.
courts.
Yeah, I think we really did something. And also, like, kudos to you, RKY, because I'm not even, before this opportunity to come and speak here came, just last week, I kind of forcefully introduced myself to a mentor, right? And I was talking to him, and we were like trying to do a plan for me going forward on like career growth and everything. And he was like, oh, one of the places that I know about is RKY. I'm like, oh my God, and I'm telling you, very random conversation, and RKY came up. It shows that you are definitely becoming and you're becoming industry lead and industry standard. So absolute well done to everybody. Fantastic work. And I'm here looking and smiling. So well done, everybody. And I'm even thinking of coming back again, just to let you know how this is. There's been so much growth. I can't lie, because I like I said, the cohort 3 was great, but I definitely seen the growth and the enlargement in the space of that we've not been here. So well done, and congrats on your office. So well done, guys.
Thank you, Adebola. So there you have it, guys. I mean, even quotes, what's the quote before this? The quote before this would be 8.0. They will tell you that, there's something different between their cohort and now, because we're always striving towards excellence. We're always striving towards making sure that things are better. And guess what? Everything is, aimed towards your journey, the student's journey. How can we add more? What can we do better? Right. So, and a big well done to all the trainers once again, and all the supports, and all the back end supports, internal support, external. Like, a big well done to you all. So before we let's read the chat box very quickly. Thanks, Adebola, for the feedback. Good to know. I mean, that's our name came up as the person of reference, or the company of reference when it comes to mentorship. We are glad to hear that. Right. I like the fact that the colors are not too much. In my opinion, their visualization is better than the first guys, but the first guy's vocal delivery was better. Okay, thanks for that. In terms of visuals, I give it to Ada's team, but for presentation, I give it to Japheth. Japheth, people they're still rooting for you. Anyway, big well done to Ada. As far as I'm concerned, right? Japheth's team and Ada's team, they're still at par. On my own, the quality is still like a pass for me. So we have the next team, who are the health and care. So for all of you who want to get into the health and care industry, and you want to get into NHS, private, councils and all that, here is a typical health and care industry data or client project that they've worked on. I have Project Crystal to be presented by Abua. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Right. So if you are here, please unmute yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm just going to share my screen. Can everyone see my screen now?
Yes, we can. Oh, yes, I can.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Ija Ebuwa, and on behalf of the Crystal team, I'll be presenting a report of findings for a healthcare data set to our stakeholder called Success Medical Center. Everyone on this team, every team member has worked tirelessly in the last couple of weeks to present on this project. Core Success Medical Center, our client, provides healthcare services, including preventative care, diagnosis, medical or surgical treatment, counseling, or alternative therapies to our patients only. In order to enhance treatment strategies and optimize operational processes, we aim to identify patterns and insights that can improve patient outcomes and operational efficiency. We analyze the data set containing 55,100 records by extracting, cleaning, running various data queries to visualize key insights and highlight patterns to create an interactive dashboard using tools like SQL, Microsoft Excel, Power BI, and PowerPoint. To ensure data quality and data integrity, we removed 534 duplicates and data types were corrected to ensure data integrity. We can see here that the most common medical condition is arthritis, and it's more common among the female patients. And also for treatment outcome, we can see that most of the patients had abnormal test results, and the patient on aspirin and ibuprofen contributed to both normal and abnormal treatment outcomes. After correlation coefficients of 0.00711 indicates that there is no significant relationship between treatments and patients' recovery rates. We can also see here that there is an even distribution of genders among patients, with the highest number of patients between the age band of 55 years. For recovery trends, hypertensive patients had the fastest recovery, and patients treated with paracetamol recovered faster than those on other medications. The importance of healthcare metrics cannot be overemphasized. That's why we have created this dashboard to give us insights into patient care. And we can see that we've got billing amount, recovery time, and admission types by year, which has given us the following insights. We can see that emergency admissions increased starting from 2019 and peaked in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Elective admissions rose between 2021 and 2022, and all admission types declined from 2023 to 2024. Based on the analysis, we have the following recommendations to our clients: balanced resource allocation, real-time data monitoring, enhanced recovery protocols, chronic condition support, patient feedback system, demographic-specific programs, medication effectiveness review. And above all, we recommend our patients to invest in research to be able to find out effective treatment and effective policies to improve and enhance patient care. On this note, I would like to express my gratitude to RKY Careers for an amazing opportunity and an experience that is not got it from anywhere. Thank you to the tutors. I've gone from using 2 data analysis tools to 6, and I think that is a memory I would never forget. If you're thinking of transitioning into tech, now is the time for you to get enrolled with RKY Careers, and you will not be disappointed. And let them do what they know how to do best. So thank you to Mr. Shegun. Thank you to Mr. Theophilos. Thank you for the entire Cohort 9 members. Thanks to my team members, my amazing team members. It was a hard couple of nights, but we made it. So thank you to everyone. And on this note, I say thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Ibua. Please, let's celebrate her. She just presented to like close to 200 people. That's part of the things that, you will get asked at interviews. One thing a lot of people miss when it comes to trying to get a job or get into the job market is that they focus too much on the knowledge they have rather than some little things like, presentation. How do you manage stakeholders? How do you work to tight deadlines? And guess what? All these things they experience in the bootcamp. I'm sure they must have had some, nights they burnt candles, or how do they say it? They must have had some stakeholders that were not playing their parts, maybe in their projects or whatever, but they still came through, see their projects. You would not see all the problems they went through because there's an outcome, and a positive outcome at that. Right. So all these experiences they had within the work experience phase is part of what actually forms, their that forms, instruments to the success they get at interviews as well. So please, let's celebrate her. Let's celebrate her. Right. So who is going? Let's see your feedbacks. Let's see your feedbacks. Very great presentation as well. I mean, I love the fact that the person that opened the floor has set a very high standard. Right. So somebody says, I guess I was late to the party. Well, you're still missing some crumbs. Solid. Well done, Idia. This is really nice. I guess, okay, it's just getting better and hotter. With the hot sha. Okay, good presentation. Right. So which of the guests, as I guess, which of the judges will be giving her feedback? We'll be giving Ebua's team project Crystal feedback.
I want to go.
Who is I?
Along Fashakin.
Okay, please proceed.
Yeah. So good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon, Idia. So I want to, good afternoon. I really want to say good job. You've done. It's been amazing from Japheth to Ada now to this. I think it has been more of rivalry kind of thing. Because it has just been awesome. My name is Olong Tabafashakin, like I said, and I'm a data expert too. I'm also a trainer when it comes to data analysis. So I think I can do a bit of review of your work. But I looked at it and I'm a bit confused just where to start from because it has just been so good. I love the choice of colors, and I more than every other thing is where you communicated with your visual, because everybody can be a data analyst, everybody can put out visuals. Even AI can do visualization for us now, but can AI present our data to us? That's something else. Can AI communicate our analysis to us? That's something AI can do. But you have done justice to that. I mean, I was just so lost in the presentation. I didn't even know it was up to 5 minutes to be specific. So it's really a good job. But the ability to communicate insights is something I see you have at large. So good job. And I would say well done to everyone involved in this. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lauren Toba. So there you have it, guys. Like ability to communicate and tell stories. So many automation tools can analyze data now, but why they need human beings as data analysts in that role is for you to bring that human intelligence, that communication skills, that presentation, right? Being able to tell the story, look at trends, talk about the historical trends, patterns you observe and all that. Right. Thank you so much, Olorun Toba, and well done. So do we have another judge who wants to go for it?
Yeah, I just wanted to say something. Yeah, I just wanted to say something. I'm going to echo everything Olorun Toba said. But Idia, do you mind just going to the dashboard for me in part of your presentation? Right. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, I just want to echo everything Olorun Toba said. It was great. I was listening so well because I think you communicated everything properly and very well. So well done. The only thing that I had to say is that you didn't add those filters and this thing that makes your dashboard interactive. So for instance, if I say that I want to see everything that happened in a year in this place, I don't think I see that filter that would have done that. But I mean, Power BI does have that thing on its own. So for when you click it, it shows you everything that is there. So that I can get. But sometimes it would be good to just put the filter in so you're not confused and you can just easily click on what you want to do. So it makes it more interactive. But aside from that, I loved it. It was great. Well done.
Thank you.
Right. So 3 3 given presentations so far. A big well done to all the presenters and the teams and their trainers, just like I've said as well. So we have the next presenter for today who is presenting for TFT Marketing Agency. His name is Olani Yakiola and his project team is Project SalesSavvy. So they are presenting for the sales and marketing industry, right? So for those of you who do not know, data analysis is also a very much required skill set in marketing, right? But let's see how they bring that to life.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Akinola Olani, and I'm representing SalesSavvy marketing team. We're a team of 5 members, and of course, the analysis aims at identifying distinct customer segments, optimizing marketing strategy, enhance customer engagement, and improve marketing efficiency. TFT Marketing is a UK digital marketing company which specializes in social media marketing, web design and development, app design, and many more. The age group, purchase frequency, and spending behavior have been categorized into various groups for easy and efficient analysis. After sorting, cleaning, and analyzing the data, we had a total number of 10,000 customers. Also, the total amount spent by all customers is 25.290 billion. The average amount of purchase is 25. The male spent 12.62 million, and the female spent 12.66 million. The customer segment with the highest lifetime value, which is the customer segment that has spent the highest average amount. Slightly more women than men spent higher amounts, and also the aged group category spent more. The customer buyer loyalty program. Having analyzed the data, the customer buyer that have spent higher are recommended for the loyalty program, which are the VIP buyers. These are the buyers with the highest number of purchase frequency and are the highest spenders. Having analyzed the data, we saw a total of 882 customers, which comprises of 458 male and 424 female. We also analyzed the popular products by age category. Also, having analyzed this, we realized that the aged and the youth clothing is the most popular, while among the adults, electronics is the most popular product. Also, we analyzed popular products by location. We analyzed the top 6 locations and the top 8 popular products in each location. Also, we analyzed the spending behavior, and we had the high spenders, average spenders, and low spenders. The high spender segment include 3,048 customers and a total spending of 12.93 million. The low spenders include 5,018 customers and a total spending of 6.54 million. Our recommendations are below. 7,548 customers across 10 cities that have not purchased in the last 90 days should be targeted for a win-back campaign. Also, 882 customers that are high spenders and are of high purchase frequency should be targeted for the loyalty program. Marketing efforts also should be diverted to all ages. However, the older demography should be targeted more because, of course, they outspend other categories. I want to say a very big thank you to RKY Careers from this platform for the last 10 weeks. It has been an amazing experience from ground zero to this level. It has been a very rewarding experience. From learning SQL, Power BI, Tableau, in analyzing data, they have done excellently well with the robust platform which they have, which is the LMS, where you can watch and rewatch videos again, even if you missed classes. And of course, with their dedicated tutors and mentors, which has helped us from bringing us from the ground zero to where we are today. If you are still outside there and you're in doubt, I want to tell you that I am a very good example. If you don't even know anything about data analysis before, you can join the next cohort, and I'm sure you will be glad you did after the next 10 weeks of your class. Thank you, and God bless everyone.
Thank you so much, Olani. Yeah, great presentation. And for those of you who do not know, like, these are the things that go on at the back end for any, company at all. You need to understand your customer behavior. Where do they spend? How often do they spend? What time do they spend? What do they spend on? Are there other things? They buy bread. Maybe they need butter. Can we push butter to them? These are people that buy bread a lot. Now that we have butter, can we push butter to them? Right. Those are some of the areas that data analysts or analysis come to play in digital marketing. Guys, it's not easy. You can see what Olani said, he had zero experience, and is here. I'm sure probably he didn't even used to present before, and he was able to do this. It's not easy to stand up and to present, right? So let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate him and give him feedback. Right. So someone said it's really hot in here. No team is taking chances. They are giving us back to back. Well done, guys. That's RKY standard for you. Right. So I want to ask, how did they get to choose the company and also have access to data? I don't know if that's a good question to ask. So that's fine. So in the course of the boot camp, people have different industries they're interested to go to. So they choose their industries and they get paired with people that have the same interest with them. Right. And then we have access to the data as well, and we provide them with we allocate them to the respective companies based on the industries they've chosen. Right. So is there any software or website called Pass in healthcare analysis? Right. I wouldn't know the answer to that question particularly, but I don't know if someone knows. Right. Great presentation. Good one. Well done. One of the best recommendations so far. Right. So I think their recommendation is based on their role. Don't forget that they're digital marketers. Right. So thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Which of the judges is doing justice to this? Oluwaseyi, okay, wants to go for it.
Yes, thank you, Oluwaseyi Oluwafemi, once again. The presentation today has not only demonstrated the participants' technical skills, but also their creativity and their problem-solving ability, and their willingness also to tackle real-world problem from all we've seen so far. Great work, great presentation. What I love more is the way you were able to put your insights in each of the slides. You were able to put insights. This will go a long way to help non-technical person to be able to understand what you have there. But that being said, one other thing that I must call your attention to it that I saw in one of your slides, it's you try to compress one of the visuals so that you can put the insight there. When you are doing that, you can do that at the edges, the four corners, any of the four corners. But when you do that by the side, it will give your visuals another meaning or disfigure your visuals. Other than that, you have a great visuals here, then you have great insight. Well done, and well done to all the team.
Thank you for that, Seyi. I totally agree. When you have a graph that let's use a very simple graph, for example. If you squeeze it together, some places might be looking higher than they should and making it look like, oh, okay. So because it's visuals, right? Stakeholders are trying to make decisions just by looking at, the visual. So it's always good to keep the original look and feel of it, because the visual in itself is passing a message. Right. So, I mean, and I agree to everything you said. We are very intentional. This is not by mistake. Everything you've seen here, the quality and everything, is some people putting more extra work. I mean, and that's why I say kudos to these trainers because, I mean, the expectations have been, even the students, like, it's been very clear. The expectations are really high, right? And the reason why we push like this is so that we can get the best out of the students as well. If you push yourself and do something that is top quality, you yourself, you'll be able to go to sleep when your interviews start coming. You can come up with this dashboard, you can solve problems, right? You can do whatever it is, right, that comes your way. So thanks for that. Okay, so we'll take only one because I think we already have the next presenter here.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Varo Owekan. I'm here to present a project titled Analysis of Healthcare Data for Cost Success Medical Center, and we're the MediSync team. So this slide shows the members of the team. Outline. I'll be talking about the company, project objective, tools used, analysis and findings, summary of key findings, and strategies for improving patient care. About the company, Cost Success Medical Center offers outpatient healthcare services and focuses on preventive care, diagnosis, medical and surgical treatments, counseling, and alternative therapies. Project objective. To maintain data quality and perform an in-depth healthcare analysis to identify the patterns and insights that can improve patient outcomes and optimize operational efficiency. The tools that were used are SQL, Excel, and Power BI. SQL was used in extracting the data from the company's database. The data was cleaned using Excel, and Power BI was utilized to develop the interactive dashboards. Data overview. So we're able to get the total number of patients admitted, average patient age, billing amount, average recovery days, and total number of hospitals. We also were able to find out patients by gender, gender by age group, patients by blood groups, and patients by age group. Treatment analysis. For the common medical conditions, we found out that arthritis and diabetes were the most prevalent among them. And for medical conditions by gender, arthritis showed a higher incidence among females, whereas diabetes was more frequently observed in males. For medical conditions and treatment outcomes, arthritis recorded the highest frequency of abnormal results, hypertension displayed the greatest proportion of inconclusive outcomes, and asthma had the highest incidence of normal results. For treatment effectiveness, Lipitor was most effective in treating cancer, ibuprofen was most effective for hypertension, aspirin was most effective for arthritis, paracetamol was most effective for asthma, and penicillin was most effective for obesity. So we also worked on finding out the recovery duration by medical conditions, and we discovered a downward trend from arthritis to asthma. Arthritis and diabetes had the longest mean recovery times, indicating higher persistence or management needs, while asthma showed the shortest mean recovery time. For medical conditions by recovery speed, chronic conditions like arthritis, diabetes, hypertension, and obesity, the modal recovery rate was moderate, with fast recovery rates appearing as outliers. In contrast, asthma and cancer exhibited a more uniform distribution of recovery rates, although asthma cases skewed towards slower recovery. Summary of key findings. So from the analysis, we were able to find out that arthritis and asthma were the most common diagnoses. Arthritis had the highest abnormal test results, hypertension had the most inconclusive results, and asthma had the most normal results. Pain relief drugs were the most effective treatment overall, with specific drugs showing targeted efficacy by condition. Asthma patients recovered fastest, while arthritis patients had the slowest recovery. Arthritis was more common in females and diabetes in males. Chronic conditions like arthritis and diabetes mainly showed moderate recovery rates with fewer cases of rapid recovery, while asthma and cancer had a wider range of recovery speeds. Strategies for improving patient care. So the strategies we came up with are to prioritize early screening and personalized treatment for arthritis in males and for arthritis in females and diabetes in males, and then to continue effective pain relief treatments while checking or researching for optimal doses and safety, for using lifestyle-based recovery strategies to enhance recovery rates for conditions like arthritis and diabetes, and then to target health education to support early detection and treatment adherence by gender, and then strengthen public health efforts on fitness, diet, and screenings to lower chronic conditions in at-risk adults. This slide shows like a summary. This is like a summary of everything that we've done. So this is our dashboard for Core Success Medical Center patient outcome analysis. So I'm going to talk a little about RKY Bootcamp. It combines specialized hands-on curriculum with expert mentorship and personalized guidance from industry experienced instructors. So with the provision of strong career support, flexible learning options, and recognized certifications, it actually prepares students for high demand data analysis roles across industries. I would say that my experience has been impactful. At the end of the day, I've gained confidence and proficiency in data analysis, and I'm able to draw actionable insights for real challenges. And these are the qualities that make RKY's approach truly unique. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Oweka. Very nice presentation. For those of you who do not really know how much data really helps health and care, it helps in like saving lives, as simple as that, basically, because that's all what they are, saving lives, preventing illnesses and all that. Right. I mean, I'm sure that a lot of you would notice that probably in some countries, right, like the UK, for instance, where they rely on or where they leverage tech and rely on data, the healthcare the healthcare services provided is also better quality, and they're able to detect some illnesses early enough than in other places where they just say, oh, there's high mortality rate. What's causing the high mortality rate? Is it because, a certain type of people, are prone to a particular disease? Okay, so when we now find out that, what are the recommendations? What should we do, right? Should we do a test at a certain time or I'm sure for most of you, for most of us here that are Africans, if you've been pregnant before, that's for those that are women, right? They would have told you that, at some certain stage of your pregnancy, they have to do a diabetes test, for instance, for you, because of your race, because of your background, you are prone to have diabetes at this stage. They won't have been able to do that if they didn't rely on data. And in some other places where this does not happen, right, people that are probably diabetic, right, they would pass through pregnancy without taking the precautions they're supposed to, and then if we're saying we have high mortality rate, or what they call it, right? So that's just to talk about, give a very real life example about the power of data analysis, even in health and care, in diagnosing illnesses, in preventing illnesses, and all that. Right. So thank you so much again. Which of the judges, guys, let's celebrate her. It's not easy. Did you see how smooth our presentation was? Right. Nice presentation, great presentation. Which of the judges wants to go for it? Wants to give their feedback?
I would like to give a feedback.
Okay.
I know I've introduced myself the other time, so I don't think I need to do that again. Well done. Sorry, I guess I'm always missing out on the name. But then, well done with this theme. You've done absolutely well. I love your communication skill. You're able to carry your stakeholders along, because one of the things that you learn to do when you're working is how to, carry your stakeholders, most especially your non-technical stakeholders, and you're able to, carry them all through from the beginning of the presentation to the end of the presentation. And I love your dashboard. It's very, very interactive. When your non-technical stakeholder goes to your dashboard and he wants to see, let me check the blood type and then the age group and all of that. So well done. You've done well, and I'm glad. Thank you, RKY, for adding to the numbers of the data analysis team in society. So thank you. Well done.
Thank you so much, Ruth, for the feedback. Thank you so much. Who else is going for it? Do we have any other person? Okay, so while we're waiting, if at all we will. Okay.
Okay. So, hi, Vago. Well done.
Yeah, hello.
Can you hear me? Yeah, hi, Vago. Well done, well done, well done. This was really, really good. I mean, this was a good one. And I would say probably you were too much in a rush. You forgot to actually put in the presentation mode, in a slideshow mode. I mean, your presentation, but it's fine all the way. So just to add to what Ruth said, looking at your dashboard, I don't know if I can. This is a long time about speaking, so if you are wondering who is speaking, so now that you know, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, so I would say one thing I would also want to mention is I would say this button at the top, the page navigation. I'm seeing page 1 and page 2. After you add your own gender analysis, age analysis, medical condition, the page 1 and page 2, if they do not, probably you could have done a page rename so that it can also reflect. I mean, the top left, the top right, I mean, the very top, yeah. So that's something I should also mention. And then I'm seeing the slicer is not having the same color as the other ones. Also, that's something I would want to say as feedback. But overall, I think it was a good presentation. The visuals were clear enough. For me, I could actually just see what you were presenting at the same time. So good insight. Well done to you and to the team. Good job.
Sir.
Thank you, Olaran Toba, and thanks to Varo and our team as well. A big well done to you all. You know, yeah, they said, I mean, there are comments as well saying that your presentation was great. Right. So, I mean, guys, let's talk. Before we take the next presenter, how are you guys feeling? For those that are like enthusiasts or aspiring data analysts or even the experts, how are you feeling about this? You know, how are you feeling? You know, let's drop in the chat box.
Yeah.
Some Olumide says we they analyze it they show.
Yeah, RKY, please can I quickly make a comment about the yeah, please. You know why I am Oluwaseyi. Then why I want to make this is, you know, two people have presented on health, then I've not been able to make comment on it. I think it is worthy to note that this type of dashboard is what we do. That's what we do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And what we do is, you know, do the dashboard, put it there in the open for, you know, the public to be able to use, and they do the navigation themselves, you know, putting all the necessary this thing into it. So it is working as in public health or as a data analyst in any public facility is, you know, one of the things that you can enjoy doing. You help to bridge the, you know, inequality in care, inequality in the health sector that is ravaging. So it's a good one. Thank you, RKY, for you know putting these things together. Thank you to all the students also who have participated. Thank you to the mentors and all organizers of this program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oluwaseyi. Thank you so much. Right. So I asked you guys, nobody has responded yet though. I said, how is it going so far? Only 3 people responded. See, this says, I'm fired up. What? And then Abel says, I can't wait to start the journey. Kayode says, when presenting to C-level managers, it is very important to keep it simple. And I like the fact that she did kept it simple. You know, I always say this, you know, I remember saying it to them, to the back-end supports and, you know, the trainers that, you know, you need to be able to, all this presentation you guys did, there could be another manager you would have that would say, put it all on one page, right? All of this, I want a 1-pager presentation. So for instance, you can do like a 20 pages presentation to your own manager. When your manager wants to present to his own manager, he will keep it less complicated. And when I'm an analyst myself, right? I'm a senior finance analyst, right? So, or I used to be, right? So I can tell this. I remember if you want to present to the CEO, right? So it just, the presentation slides or whatever keeps reducing as you're going higher in the hierarchy, right? So when the CFO wants to present to the CEO, it's just a page slide he needs. When the manager or head of whatever wants to present to CFO, it could be 3-4 pages. So it's always good to be able to compress your entire storytelling to a bigger picture angle, right, of it. Right. So thank you so much for giving that update. Ebere says, or more Esther says hot, right? Unknown user says it's been good. Shagun says, is there any chance of introducing Python, as some job ad requires that? Right. Another question is, how important is it to learn Python and R as a data analyst? Right. So learning Python and R is good, to be honest. It's not like Python is not good. But the thing is that we are trying to help people to transition to tech as quickly and as possible, using the most important tools. As for continuous development, you can go ahead to learn Python R. You can't even learn all the tools out there in one bootcamp. A lot of roles don't require Python. A lot of others require Python. There are so many jobs out there. Guess what? No two job descriptions are the same, and no two data analysts do exactly the same thing. You might get a job and, your employer would want you to use completely different tools. But one thing you should take out of the bootcamp is your ability to adapt, to learn very fast, right? And to keep the continuous development spirits going, right? So it's a no-code bootcamp, or low-code, no-code, or how do they call it, bootcamp. So that's why we don't introduce Python, because if we do, we've had a lot of people come to us and say, oh, they were in one training, they were teaching them Python. They never got the Python. And because they never got the Python, they never put themselves out there to apply to jobs. Myself, I learned Python, I learned R, I learned all these tools. But when I got my role then as a senior finance analyst, or all my career self as a finance analyst or senior finance analyst at any point, I never used the Python, even though I learned it, So there are so many roles that don't require Python. In fact, let me shock you. There are some roles that you would get. Maybe we should even do, a very short, like we have about 4 or 5 people in the industry. We can ask them, what do they use on their day-to-day? You'll be surprised that they don't even use Python at all. So that should actually give you some level of comfort. But there's nobody saying don't learn Python, right? But if you want to transition to tech in 3 months, in 10 weeks, I'm not sure you'll be able to learn Python to the fullest, right? Please, can you recommend sites to hunt for jobs as a public health analyst? It's a proof that it is doable, right? Coming from an electoral body background, I see we can easily analyze the electoral process in my country, mostly on how to utilize data to know the actual voters' age, results, and a good understanding of tools to streamline the electoral results. Of course, data analysis can be applied to make the electoral process even better, right? My first time, I'm a student, right? Don't worry, it's okay not to understand anything. I understand, Ogechuku. You're just joining this. You are just saying what you would be able to do as well by the time you are done with the bootcamp, right? So thank you, RKY. I can't wait to start. Right. Okay. So, somebody Oluwaseyi has responded to the person that asked about where to apply to public health roles, analyst roles. Right. Oluwaseyi, I don't know if you can also help us attend to Kayode's question as well. Right. So while all that is going on, let's bring on the next speaker. I'm sure is dying to impress us as well. I have Samuel Ogunride here speaking for Synaptics Digital Solutions, Projects Pioneers. Right. So if you are there, please, you can come on stage. We are waiting to have you.
Thank you very much. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Oh, thank you very much. My name is Samuel. I'm presenting on behalf of Project Pioneer to Synaptics Digital Solutions. And these are the pioneers, the total group members that made this presentation possible. So a quick sneak peek into what Synaptic Solutions does. It's a company that specializes in innovative digital solutions through streamlined automation and advanced analytics to empower businesses. So at Project Pioneer, we conducted an in-depth analysis of user engagement for Synaptic's digital solutions. We used tools like SQL, Power BI, and Excel to provide data-driven insights that support business growth. So our aim was to identify patterns and trends that can help provide and improve user retention and the app usage. So we did this by extracting, cleaning, and pre-processing user engagement data to ensure accuracy and consistency. We conducted an in-depth analysis of the user engagement metrics to identify key patterns and trends impacting user retention and app usage. We developed various data visualizations to illustrate these engagement insights, and we provided strategic recommendations. So moving on, the first thing we did after extracting the data and cleaning was to categorize the users into different age groups. We have the young adults, early middle age, late middle age, and the seniors. And from our analysis, we found out that the total app usage hours per day was 61,000 out of a total of 10,000 users. And each user have an average engagement score of about 500 and about 60 minutes average session. So you would see that at 1.17 million, the late middle-aged users have the highest engagement score, while the seniors have the lowest engagement score at 545,000 total engagement score. And the most engaged city is Phoenix with a total engagement score at 529,000, while Philadelphia comes last at 459,000. And also the most used device by the users is the tablet, but at 25% is just slightly higher than the other devices used, such as the smartphone, desktop, and laptops. Moving on, the next thing we did was to find the common characteristics and correlation between the various segments we have, such as the age group, location, and devices. And it was noted that the tablet is the most used device on average, mostly used by the late middle-aged and the senior users, while Dallas on average has the highest engagement score, and New York is the least engaged city on average based on the total engagement score. And also based on our correlation coefficient, we found out that at minus 0.014, there's a very weak negative relationship existing between the device type and the user engagement. The next thing we did was to find the users at risk of churning. That's the users at risk of leaving the company based on the total app usage hours and the average session per minute. And then at 6.7 thousand daily hours and 63,000 average session per minute, the seniors, that's the senior users, are the most at risk of leaving. Lastly, what we did was to analyze the top 3 and the bottom 3 engaged location, and we found out that at over 500,000 engagement score each, Phoenix, Chicago, and Houston are the most engaged city, while the bottom 3 least engaged city are New York, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia, all under 500,000 total engagement score. So our recommendation based on this our analysis is that the Synaptic digital solutions can provide a localized content and marketing tailored to all these to the cities like Philadelphia with very little engagement score, and also provide location specific features. And lastly, to reduce churn among the seniors, we can create a senior friendly interface with audio navigation and community support features to enhance usability and foster connection. Thank you very much for your time. Before I go, if you notice that there is no filters and slices in this our charts, it's just because we had some challenges in getting a work email registered to the Power BI service. So lastly, for those of us out there listening, I would like to mention that this has been a very great and rewarding journey, but a challenging one all the same for me and my team members. If you're there and you're in doubt of registering for a data analysis course or any other skills offered by RKY, I would recommend doing so. Trust me, the best time to start is now, as my only regrets during this course was not starting earlier. I was really amazed with the expert instructors, the comprehensive modules, and the hands-on group group and project and personal projects introduced to us during this course. It has helped to build our portfolio and give us various experiences on data analysis and analytical thinking, which I believe would give us a competitive edge in any industry. So just give it your best shot and try it. There's no harm in trying. Thank you very much once again for your time.
You're muted.
Right. So let's celebrate. I mean, well done to the presenter. Let's celebrate Samuel. He's done a really good job as well, just like every other person that's presented today. And yeah, this is really beautiful. Let's go straight to getting the judges to give their feedback. What industry is this, Samuel? Tech, right? So this is just the core data analysts. By the way, they all still do the same. All data analysts or analysts do the same thing, which is, data analysis of data and all that. But the kind of data they work on, or what differentiates the different analysts, is the kind of data they work on. The finance analysts will work on finance-related data, profits, income lines, and all that. While the health and care will work on, just as you've seen, the core data analyst could be anywhere. They could even be in the finance as well and just be called data analysts.
Okay. I thought someone else, I thought one of the originals was speaking. That's why I paused. Well done to you and the team. This is fantastic. Your visuals are on point as well. You're trying to communicate some real good insights into the dashboard. Okay, so this is my first feedback. You have the age range and the ages, but for ages you've used age range, right? And for age range you've used descriptions. So for future references, I think you should take that into consideration. Age is actually the numbers, the one after the other. You've used age range but that's just a minor thing, right? Secondly, I can see you've used your filters well. You've used your top, except you want to tell me you use the top bottom ranking or something. You've ranked the top locations, top 10, bottom 3. I mean, that's fantastic as well. And overall, you've done well. I mean, this is way better than the first dashboard I ever made, and I'm feeling like RKY is giving us real competition now, and there will be people will chase us out of the markets very soon if we don't go and develop ourselves. Well done to you and the team.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Adedayo, for the feedback. And so who is going next? I mean, by the way, this is the last presenter for the day. This is the last presenter for the day, right? So in the chat box as well, I'll take feedbacks or questions to the presenter from the chat box. But thank you, Samuel, for Synaptics. Does anybody else want to give Samuel a feedback before we proceed? Okay. Samuel, they don't want to give you a feedback. So let's go and take the feedback from the group. So good job, Samuel. Great presentation, great work, well done, perfectly done. Do students get access to the softwares during the studies, or do we have to purchase it by ourselves? So most of the softwares are like Excel you have to get it yourself. Excel, Power BI, Tableau, they are like easy to get software, right? But the ones that require installation and all that, we support you on how to install it beforehand. But one of the things we always recommend is that you use a Windows laptop if you're joining the bootcamp. If it's good to use a Windows laptop to prevent any form of struggles during the course of the bootcamp. Right. And just like Adedaya said, to echo some of the things he said, we keep making it better, So you guys should also watch, all the data analysts in the market should watch their backs, because our alumni are coming to take their jobs. Right. So nice job. Presenter view would have enhanced your presentation. So you two, you didn't change to presenter view, so take note of that. Delivery is spot on, vocal and visualization very top notch. Good job. I mean, license to the softwares. I think I've answered that question. We don't give licenses to the softwares, right? Please advise on the best course to choose between data or projects management. My background is accounting and finance, although I just completed a master's in business analytics and I'm a bit confused. Well, I think you've answered the question. As a finance person, I think data analysis is really good. The business analytics is studied in school as well. It's more of data and not BA, not the BA in the markets. So you might just want to enhance your analytical skills to go forward. But if you want to provide more information, because that's based on this information I have, you can send a DM on Instagram. Right. So yeah, that's where we are going to now. We're going to get the judges to give us 2 minutes of their time to just talk about, their journey on the field, which is the reason why we made sure that the judges are also alumni, so that you can see yourself in them or see them in you, or I don't know, whichever way, vice versa. Right. So they said the choice of color could have been better, Samuel. Your orange on green and everything. I'm trying to keep my own feedbacks to myself. So because I have judges, experts who will give you the feedback. So yeah, someone says that your choice of color could have been better. Ruth Korede, can you tell us a bit about your journey and what to expect as a finance analyst on the field? And that's where we are right now, because we are done with all the presentation for the day. You guys, it's been back to back, really good. So before our judges get too tired of us, we'd like to get feedback, we would like to get, so just like this one, freestyle, talk to us about your journey. How was it like moving from boot camp to the market, and how has it been going on in the market? And another thing you must put in this thing, what tools do you use now every day? What tools do you use out of all the tools that are out there in the market? And what's your journey? But please, we need to also manage time, so let's keep it to 3 minutes each. So Ruth, there was a question for you, so you should go first, and you are smiling. You're just smiling. So please.
Hi everyone. Okay, so I'm just going to basically speak on my journey from the training and interview. So yeah, I had my cohort was 3.0 with Adebola and I think I don't know the other person in this judges. And so after the training, and then we had couple of our CV got enhanced and all of that. I had rejection mails, so that's one thing you should know. You're going to have rejection mails when you apply. It doesn't mean that you will not get the job. One of the applications will click, and that's one thing, and that's it for you. But you're going to have rejection mail. You're going to get to interview stages. You're going to get to test stages, because some of these companies will ask you they're going to send you data set to work on, and then you're going to script those stages and then still get rejection mails. However, one of the jobs will click and then you get the offer. And so when you resume, one thing I know is that they are not expecting you to get everything done or know everything immediately you resume. So you're going to have someone to put you through, because as for me, coming to in the finance industry, finance is very sensitive. So they don't expect me to just go into the Snowflake to pick up tables and to work on. So they're going to put me through, okay, this is where the table is. So you're going to have people to put you through. And then one of the basic tools I've been using day to day is Excel and SQL, and then maybe Tableau. Yeah, Tableau, Excel, SQL. But all in all, it's been amazing, because you still have RKY to reach out to during your interview session. She can count the number of times that I reached out to her. Like, I have interviews, please help me. What do I need to say? And then also Mr. Dari, I don't know if he's here. He's always available to help me during my technical test, So they're always available, whether you're done or not, even if it is after a year, they are always available. So yeah, it's been very, very amazing. It's been such, I thought it was going to be very challenging in the field, but as time goes by, I'm beginning to understand, and I'm beginning to enjoy it, and I'm beginning to make friends in it, and I'm beginning to understand what analysis is all about, and then the industry and all of that. So that's basically it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruth, for that. I mean, so you've heard that she uses Excel, Tableau and SQL most of the time. By the way, there's another improvement. Now we have bi-weekly interview prep, which is even likely to change to weekly maybe next year. But we have bi-weekly interview prep now. We have more, like after the boot camp is over, you can come in, just like you had the drop-in session then. So you can still come in and still, and you can use it when you're on the job as well. So if you have something you're stuck with, you can join that session to get clarity. So more support is what is in abundance. Right. So who's going next? I hope that answered the person that asked the question, though. I hope he answers the person's question. Oluwaseyi, please proceed. You are muted, though, by the way.
Thank you very much. I must say it has been an amazing journey. I enrolled for the cohort 3.0 while I was at the same time doing my projects. So combining my projects while I was in school, combining my projects with the course was very challenging for me. But one good thing was that I was able to apply the skills I learned from the cohorts in my project as well, to the extent that my supervisor, had to ask me that, okay, I put a bit of, what Power BI can do or what it can do in terms of visualization as part of my project. So it was amazing. And while I was, doing my project, while I was also doing this RKY, after the optimization and what have you, I make couples of applications. As you've heard from the first speaker, some of the applications were rejected, but I just saw this one. I just make the application, and I was called for the interview. I have to appear in person, and I was asked to do a presentation, do a PowerPoint presentation of I should come along with a presentation to come and present alongside. So I went, I had to travel all the way from Bedford to Cambridgeshire. Then I made the presentation, and when I supported it also with some visuals and some mapping, and they were amazed. They said they would get back to me before the end of the week. Hopefully before the end of the week, they got back to me, and I was still in my, about tail end of finishing my course. So I finished my course in October 2023, and I resumed work, November. So for me, it was absolutely the course, the RKY course actually helped me. And what I currently do, or the tools we currently use, is basically Excel and Power BI. And like I said the other time, most of the things we do in Power BI is creating dashboard creation, and create dashboard and do data pack. I will leave it there in our site for the citizen, for the populace also to interact with and to make their informed decision. So RKY has been helpful to me, and I've always recommended RKY to as many people, that I met, or as many people that have come my way. I said, okay, they wanted, a data analysis course and they don't know where. I always recommend that there's only one place they could go, and that is RKY. So it is amazing. It is nice. Thank you, RKY, for the impact you are making generally in the lives of people, and most especially immigrants. Thank you, and thank you to everybody here.
Thank you so much, Oluwaseyi, for the feedback as well. Glad to know that, the boot camp was instrumental, not only even in getting a job, but it also helped your dissertation stage to also go smoothly and all that. So thanks for that. So you guys have heard, I'm sure all your questions, all the things he's saying is to make sure to let you guys, the reason why we are doing this is so that you can actually gain confidence as well, that you have all it takes. You have all it takes already, to put yourself out there and to land the job. Right. So who's going next?
Thank you so much, Shay. And for hitting my call. I don't know how it happened to be that three of you are from the same, or three out of the people we have here are from the same court. So what happened to all the people in between? Well, I'm going to people need to start giving back more, right? Start giving back more. So we need to call people from another course the next time. Right.
Hello everyone. So it's Adebola again. I feel like we all have different but similar experiences. So I also started like RKY when I was doing my project, just because like I was trying to make sure I put myself in the most advantageous points when we start eventually looking for a job. Um, got into RKY, met Ruth. I just want to speak on the importance of like-minded people, because you are going to get rejections. And while I have my people, it was also important because me and Ruth, we started RKY together. So when the rejection comes, I'm like, oh, I've got a rejection. Ruth is like, me too, Jare. It's okay, no problem. We'll continue. And we continued. For a while it was a no, to be fair. For a while it was a no. And this was all August, sometime in November, I did get an interview. I interviewed, I got into the second stage. I had to go into the office. And then I got the job. The day I got the job, I got another call. Hey, we want to interview you. And just because in the group and everything, everybody's always saying, just keep interviewing, just keep interviewing. You don't know what's going to happen. So I was like, okay, now let's interview and see what happens. So I had the interview and it was really good. The first one had already told me to start in December, but this one was so good that I had to reject the first one and then go with this one, and then I had to resume in January. I definitely spoke to RKY a lot about the interview process. She helped me out. She pointed me in key places. And even when we started the job, I know you said something about these drop-in sessions. Yes, I definitely have to attest to that, because I remember, I forget his name, but I remember in the group, they just said one day, oh, if you have questions, just drop into this group chat. And I was having difficulty in one of the things I was supposed to do. So I jumped in, I'm like, hey, I'm having these issues. And we put her together that day and we tried to sort it out. Why we didn't sort it out that day, but the help that I got made me have another think, and we got the answer to that, and it's just been one thing or the other. Imposter syndrome would definitely come in, even when you're doing the job, you'd always think, oh my God, one day these people realize that I'm a fake or something, but, with God on your side, it's been going well. We're still very open to growing and growth, but for now, RKY has been very good, and I have recommended a lot of people, there, and it was good to also get that recommendation from an outsider, because that sometimes when you've been through an experience, you get biased with it. But when you're hearing from somebody that you've never met, except just one time online, and it's like, oh yeah, RKY, go there. I'm like, that's great. So this is just to say, for every graduate or not graduate, even if you're done and there is more to hear than the loud noise. We can do it. We know where we're coming from. We know what we've been through. We can do it. So let's keep doing it. Let's shine the lights better than what is loud right now. So well done, everyone.
Thank you so much, Adebola. And there's something you said that is really important, which is okay, you've passed through a process. We have a lot of people too. They'll pass through the boot camp. In the face of 1, 2, 3 rejections, they start feeling like, am I even a data analyst? Am I even ready? Did they even, they start looking for where to pin whatever the problem is. I think, at that point, that's the point where the you factor, how resilient you are, not giving up. We have had a lot of people in this boot camp, they'll get an offer, maybe something happened, they lose the offer, and then after that they get 4 other offers. Some, but the thing is that we have some others who would finish the boot camp and not even have time to apply to jobs, and as a result of that they won't get any offer, and they will settle for something else that probably is settle for something else, or another role, or something else that maybe serves another purpose for them. Or but
I
the
mean,
most
you're so
important
right
part.
because as much as your company and you're great, there's only so much you can do, right? You can give you the tools that are necessary, but you can't apply for the job yourself for them. You can't get the no's for them. You can't, all those things. It's your behavior, your factor combined with the resources that RKY will give you. There's nothing special about any of us here. The only difference is we didn't take the no too personal. There's no difference between anybody and between the ones that got it and the ones that didn't get it. It's just that we didn't take the no too personal. Or we didn't allow the no to stop us.
I remember I always give myself targets, 10 applications a day.
Exactly.
10, 15 applications a day. So, and I was at back-to-back application in the night, in the midnight when I'm free.
Right, that's the best approach, right? Don't give up, and set small goals that leads to bigger goals and gives the results in the end. Right, Adedayo, do you want to go? Thank you so much, by the way, once again, Adebola.
Oh, okay. Hi, RKY. It's a pleasure to be here. Well done to everybody who has presented, who has worked. I know it's teamwork, and I believe that everybody contributed. I believe. So if you didn't contribute to your team's work, I'm sorry. You're the one who is missing out. So I'll talk briefly about my journey with RKY and where I am at. I'm a people data analyst for Places for People. And prior to then, I was a reward analyst at Sodexo. I left Sodexo because my contract ended pretty much. And started this new job about a month afterwards. Like every other person has said, the truth is that RKY has empowered you to do something. You've been equipped with skills, learned how to use Excel, Power BI, SQL, all of that. RKY will not apply for jobs for you. You have to take that step, make that decision. This is what I'm going to do, right? I'm surprised that it looks like everybody uses the same kind of formula, 10 applications minimum every day. I mean, I sat on LinkedIn, Indeed, anywhere where I could see anything like a job application, I was putting out applications. You will get rejections, yes. Make up your mind. I read a LinkedIn post from a guy a few months ago, and he said he has gotten 10 rejections, and he was feeling dejected, and it's okay to feel bad, but don't stay there, right? It doesn't mean something is wrong with you. Keep improving at what you do. Keep getting better. Make up your mind to get better. And like I tell my friends, I say this thing it might just be the hiring manager doesn't vibe with you as a person, and that's why you're not taking, not because you don't know. The job I work currently, it was something similar. The manager just said, "Oh, I just liked the person," and not that I didn't know what I was saying, but I mean, I competed with internal candidates as well. So keep applying, keep trying, keep improving, keep working on your interview skills, show yourself out there. Nobody's going to come to your room to say, oh, data analytics, and come and teach me or come and work for me. You need to put yourself out there. For those who are yet to start the journey, please make up your mind, start the journey. Time waits for no one. I don't know how much RKY is charging now, but that money that you go and used to buy shawarma or used to go and do 30 December, please use it to equip yourself. It's an investment that you will not regret. You know, and kudos to RKY. I mean, what I'm seeing right now, I can't remember what my cohort number was. By now, it was in 2023. I think it was early 2023. I don't remember my cohort number. I'm sorry, but fantastic. I've grown over the period. And for the major tools I use Excel, I use Power BI. I primarily sit in Power BI 70% of the time. You know, I'm on Power Query, I'm designing, I'm revisualizing and improving things all the time. You know, in a little bit, I'll be on SQL. We were just doing a bit of harmonization organization wide. As of today, I have about 5 or 6 different systems I pull data from, and I do all like crazy analysis. You know, just take that plunge, make up your mind. You want to be great at this. You know, you want to be known for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Adedayo, as well. I mean, you can see he's got multiple offers after the boot camp, and he has testified to everything else everybody has said. He currently uses Excel and Power BI. Right. Adebola, I'm not sure we got your own tools that you use. And the reason why we are getting the tools is so that, you can know that what you have is already enough. A lot of people just want, there are so many tools out there, don't get me wrong. Having Python on your CV maybe might give you an advantage. When I say give you an advantage, not necessarily being able to use Python, not even having it on your CV, right? But there are so many jobs out there, right? There are so many jobs out there that don't require Python, right? So introduce yourself to it. Know what Python can do. Be able to talk about Python. And this is not only Python, any other tool out there, right? Such that when you're asked, you can talk intelligently about it. Right. So Adebola, do you want to tell us what the analytical tools you use in your role, if you're still there?
Yeah, actually, I use mainly Excel, actually, because I interact with Excel, pull my data from SuccessFactors, and yeah, Excel right now. Do a bit of Power BI, but honestly, it's mostly Excel.
Thanks for that. So there you have it, guys. Most of the time you will get the job and you would not even get to use all of these tools, right? So don't keep trying to say, oh, I'm not good enough, what you already have, put it into use, right? Apply, and don't give up, right? So thank you so much to all the judges and the presenters today. We are not done yet, guys, so don't go there. We still have a lot in stock, right? So I don't need to talk a lot again about how our students go from 0 to hero. I'm so sure you guys have seen all the heroes we had who presented to us, today. And yeah, so you've seen all the heroes who made their very lovely presentations. You can see beautiful dashboards as well. That's like they presented as well today, right? Next slide. So why transition to tech? I don't think this also needs explanation. Particularly data analysis. Data analysis is a skill set that is required across industries, right? As a data analyst, right, you can work in any industry. Data is really big, and there's a blooming demand for people who can bring out information from data that would help stakeholders to make decisions that would grow the company, increase the profits, increase reach, awareness, and all that. There are diverse fields you can explore, right? It's not limited to even only data. We have the project management, business analysis, and the likes, right? You have the opportunity to be innovative and to be creative as well. There are global opportunities across countries and continents and jurisdictions, right? There's also opportunity for visa sponsorship, global talent visas, and all these international tech visas, right? For those who seek this as well, right? Data analysis also happen to be one of the career paths that can help you to be eligible for global talents visa for those that want to explore that route. If you go to your LinkedIn, put in UK global talents, and do a search, change to people, you see, a couple of data analysts there as well, right? Who are who are now global talents, right? Thanks to their data analytical skill sets, right? So, getting job in the NHS is a very big possibility. We have a lot of our students in the NHS. I'm sure if you like follow us on Instagram and follow our success stories and all that, you see a lot of NHS sponsorship jobs, right? So getting a job in NHS doesn't mean you have to be a carer. You have to be stuck as a carer for life. You can go from being a carer or a support worker today to being a data analyst in NHS tomorrow, or to being a project manager, be an admin manager, or whatever. But one thing you need to do first is to start by acquiring the skill sets you need to transition to tech, right? So that you can explore other ways of working in the health and care for those of you who want to remain in the health and care industry. Regardless of the industry you want to get into, to be honest, data analysis happens to be one of those I really love it. Maybe because I'm an analyst myself. I love the data analysis skill sets or the data analysis career path, because you can combine it with whatever your background is, right, to form a unique brand for yourself. Right. So, at RKY Careers, we've helped over 1,500 people to land their desired jobs, including visa sponsorship jobs, right, in the UK and beyond. And you can see our success stories as well. We have, next slide, please. We have a very, very good track record of success stories, right? And so about the training, for those that are now asking, okay, what's the next step? How do I join? You still have an opportunity to join the next cohort of this bootcamp if you have not, or to bring your friend, your sister, your cousin, even people that are outside the UK that that need to better their life, right? As part of our bootcamp, you get to learn, you gain practical work experience by working on projects, right? Then we do your CV and LinkedIn for you for the new role, right? And you also get continuous support, interview prep, weekly interview prep or bi-weekly, depending on the boot camp you go for. For the projects you worked on, you can see that they're presenting company projects, right? They also get UK work reference because they've actually worked for those companies, or they've worked, for us. And they get opportunity to position themselves for visa sponsorship. We have a lot of sessions that are very beneficial. From, I think, for the last monthly alumni webinar, we had the global talents one. We also have visa sponsorship one as well at the end of the boot camps. So how can you secure your slots for this? Luckily for these cohorts, right, the boot camp is on a current discount for £599. But luckily, if you still want to join this cohort or secure your slots for any future cohorts, we are currently running a CEO birthday discount, right, which brings it further down to £499. This is ending soon. So you want to secure, this was extended, right, because the birthday is over, right? But we just want more people to be able to leverage this, right, against the future cohorts as well. So secure your slots at this rate, because this is ending, I think, is it this week, right? So one other good thing is that now you can pay in installments, flexibly. We've partnered with Klarna, Pay Later, ClearPay, and PayPal in 3. So even if you don't have a deposit, I'm sure one of these 4 people also allow you to buy now and pay later. So you can secure your slots now and pay in installments, right? All you need to do is to visit our link, which has just been dropped, right? To secure your slots, really. For those in Nigeria, send the numbers that will be dropped in the chat box as well, a message, and they will communicate with you what the discounted rate is for those in Nigeria. Right. Another fantastic product, that we worked on at RKY Careers is the Apply Body products. A lot of people have talked about job application, because job application is really stressful. And just like they said, RKY Careers would not apply to jobs for you. But, RKY Careers happen to have a sister company, called Apply Body that can help you apply to jobs. However, I always recommend you try to do it yourself. Because it's cheaper and comes at no cost. But if you happen to be so busy and cannot do it yourself, we have the Apply Body products that helps you to apply to jobs, right? We have the civil service package, we have the NHS package, we have the normal jobs package as well. For those that are alumni that have gone through our bootcamp, you can go for the job application only, right? Because you don't need to do your CV, and we have the job application plus. This is part of, the research and solutions we're trying to provide to the community, right? To the community, right? So we also have our affiliates program where you can refer and earn back as well. So you can join the affiliates program to refer and earn. We know a lot of you refer your friends and family. If you already do this, you can do this and also earn from doing so. Right. So make sure you tap into all these opportunities that abound. If you want to secure your slot and you have questions, please drop your questions in the chat box now. I just saying a big thank you to everybody that's been a part of this session, right? All the judges, a big thank you to you. All the trainers, Shegun, Theophilos, a big thank you to you. All the support people at the back end, a big thank you to you as well. All the RKY Careers team, a big thank you to all those who have left whatever it is they could be doing and are here today. A very big thank you to you for being a part of this. I hope you gain, something at least, from this session. And I hope you are inspired as well. Right. So I'm going to go to the chat box to see if there are questions there that can be answered before we call it a day. Okay, so do we have another class after this? So after November 16th, the next cohort is January 18th, but you can secure your slots for that as well. That's for the Data Analysis Bootcamp. The potential students in Nigeria paying the same rate. For those in Nigeria, send a message to there's a link that's been dropped for a WhatsApp number. Send a message and they'll communicate with you. Very painful to know discounts came up after payments. Sorry about that. We wish we could help it, but we can't really help it. Discounts happen. When we do shopping, we buy something in the shop. When we go back and the price has reduced, it's always painful. I can relate. Are you going to help us with work references? Because it's very important when applying to jobs in the UK. Yeah, we mentioned that as part of the perks that comes with the bootcamp, because you can see that they've done you can see what they've presented. It's a lot of work. So they get work references for the work they do, because their group projects are actually clients' projects. Right, so I want to join, but not this current cohort. Is there any cohort around January? Yes, January 18th is the next one. Can I do AML training with insurance experience? Right, so you can do it with any experience at all. You can do either banking, insurance, or foreign trained lawyers. You can explore the AML training, the compliance training. The next cohort for that. Let's mute ourselves. The next cohort for that is November. I think
every aspect of your life is going to feel the impact of your desire.
Who is that person? Can you mute everybody? Right, it's really distracting when we don't mute ourselves. Right, let's go on very quickly. Right, so I'm very confused about the timetable for the classes, same as January starting officially. Okay, so timetable for the classes. Data analysis starts next week, Saturday, 16th November. If you can't make it to that course, there's another one in January. Classes hold Saturday and Sunday, 5 to 7 p.m. However, because it's a practical course, right? Because it's a practical course that require you being hands-on, we have weekly drop-in sessions that happen on Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. and Saturday, 1 to 3 p.m. These are optional sessions where you come in with your questions to get responses to them, right? So if you miss this, the recordings are always dropped as well, right, in the group, right? So for those that are in these cohorts as well, these cohorts that we're rounding up, I think you have your interview prep, right, happening this evening, right? And I think you're still going to have another session with myself, later on. And yeah, the next next steps for you guys is that you'll be moved to the alumni community where you'll be able to attend the bi-weekly interview prep as well when the interviews start coming in. I'm sure most of you have gotten your CVs and your LinkedIn done by now, right? And if you have not, you know the right channels to send the mails to get it done. And right, so is there any bootcamp for business analysis this year? The business analysis bootcamp started last weekend, so you can still join if you want to. Right, so I work every Saturday. How can I catch up? All our classes are recorded and are uploaded to our LMS, which is an e-learning platform, right, for you to catch up on all recordings as well. So if you miss a class, try not to miss a lot of classes, but if you miss a class, you can always catch up. I also use a MacBook. So what do I need to do as not to miss out? If you use a MacBook, we recommend you get a Windows laptop. We've said that earlier. It's always better to use a Windows laptop. Right, so I think I've done justice to all the questions and, okay, so I think there's still more dropping. Aside the 1 week interview session, can we always reach out for interview prep? So I actively searching for jobs that are extra pay. So that's what we just said. You will have an interview prep at the end of the bootcamp, which covers everything around interviews. However, we have a bi-weekly session as well, a drop-in where you can come to when you have an interview, and all the sessions are recorded. You can revisit it, right? So there's a schedule and a program for it. So happy to have registered for next week's, please. I will be on transit on the 16th for about 7 hours on air. Right. That's fine. Like I said, you can always catch up on the LMS. Do you explore US job market and not just UK? So we have students we have students in the US. Data analysis skills in the UK is not different from the US, is the same, right? So our services are not limited to the UK. We have students from the US as well. We have from Canada. We have across. So I hope that answers your questions. Where in the LMS we need to understand, we need to really understand. Please can't find it. Send a message on the group you are, and it will be communicated on the group you are if you are a student, right? And that issue will be solved. Download Windows or Mac, right? So they say you can also download Windows or Mac to sort it out. I really want to be in the first class at least, right? So we look forward to seeing you all in class next week. For those that are aspiring data analysts, it was really a great session having you all. I mean, to be honest, and I would say another big thank you to all the presenters. I'm really impressed. This session is recorded and it will be available on our YouTube. If you don't follow us already, or if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you are missing a lot, because we have a lot of insightful sessions that happen from time to time that we always upload to our YouTube. So our YouTube is like our LMS for very insightful free sessions. So make sure that you're subscribed to it to make sure you catch up on all recordings. For those of you that also joined late, you can also reach out to us on LinkedIn, on YouTube. You can also watch the recording on YouTube. If you want to reach out to us or secure your slot as well, send us a DM on Instagram at RKY Careers. If you're not following us, you're not doing yourself a favor as well. It's been a very lovely session. I plan to end this at 2:30, and it's 2:30 on the dot. Thank you once again to all the presenters. Thank you to all the trainers. Thank you to all the attendees. I see you all in class, next week. Have a great evening, guys.